On this episode of Turnstile, we are going to visit the Cathedral of Aviation, the Grand Central Station of the jet age.
The TWA Hotel!
I was going to say that. Everybody, and welcome to another episode of Turnstile. My name is Brandon Specht, and you might be wondering, why are we hanging out outside of an airport? You're usually going to theme parks and that type of thing, but today we're going to do something that I've been dreaming about throughout the entire pandemic, thinking about, and today we're visiting the TWA Hotel. Here, it's a cool building, and I'm so excited to share it with all of you guys today. But first, before we get started, I just want to remind you guys, if this is the kind of video that you enjoy, please click the like button, and why not consider subscribing to Retro Spectrum so we can do more videos like this and you can check out all of the cool places we get to visit. Yes, the TWA Hotel. Once the flight center, the TWA Flight Center during the 1960s closed, I think in 2001, and they redone the entire space. It opened just a couple years ago, just before the pandemic, and they've redone the entire space. They came in here and fixed it up, and it's really just a love letter to the 1960s. So we're gonna check this out today. Join us on this adventure. You won't wanna miss this one. Just check out this incredible departure sign right above me. Departure, arrival. Oh my gosh. Holy smokes. There's Marcy right there. She's heading towards the check-in.
We can fly, we can fly, up and away, TWA, and TWA, up and away, TWA.
Check out this view of the main lobby here. Just a beautiful space. You have the little red sitting area there where you can actually look out onto Connie, who's out there, sitting out there, and we have really cool departing, arriving flights. I'm gonna zoom in there just so you can kind of see it. This clock, this is the original clock that was here when the airport first opened. It still exists, and I get to stand right underneath it. A piece of history. So to my left is the Saarinen wing, which is named after Eero Saarinen, the legendary designer of this fantastic building. But we're actually staying over on this side, over at Hughes wing, which stands for Howard Hughes. For those of you who don't know, Howard Hughes did own TWA, so he is a substantial figure, not just in TWA, but in the history of America. So something I thought that was really neat, these little clicker tablets, we'll call them Vesta boards because that's what they're called on the bottom. These little clicker tablets are all over the place, and they'll switch up their little messages throughout the course of the day. So this has been kind of exciting. But you walk out from this area and we go right into these beautiful long hallways. These hallways have been featured in a number of different movies over the years, most notably Catch Me If You Can. And it just feels like you're here, you're actually transported back to the 1960s. It's so freaking cool. Walking down the hallway at the TWA Hotel, down the Howard Hughes wing, where we're going to be spending the evening.
It's a feeling that you want medium rare. It's an on-time arrival, day or night. It's the jet you get on every flight.
Just a wonderful mid-century marvel. I love these little sunken seating areas, and I don't know, that beautiful red is just so vibrant, and you get to hang out underneath. Little beautiful sign back there. So I mentioned just how glamorous it was to travel in the 1960s, and come upstairs and you'll get a chance to see just what I mean. You got to check out all of the outfits they used to wear. These are just some of the amazing outfits, and it really gives you a feel for how much fashion played into the airline industry during, oh my gosh, look at these, during the 1960s. I mean, these are some phenomenal outfits. Little hidden rooms. We can just hang out, and it's just beautiful. Just another one of the sitting areas. How wild is it in here? Just a small little sitting area, and you're surrounded by mirrors. All right, Marcy, where are you taking us to?
The Pope's room.
So supposedly this is where the Pope, on one of his trips to the airport, actually sat and hung out. Got a beautiful light fixture above, and just an incredible seat here. This is where Pope Paul would have sat when he visited the airport. Oh man, it's just relaxing. You can just come out here and chill. And a lot of people do. I have seen some people come from the airport here and just come over to the flight center, the hotel, and just chill out. I mean, there's great places to drink. All right, for a special treat, Marcy's gonna show off something really cool. They got a really neat room in here. It is the polka dotted twister room. All right, show it off, Marcy.
See where we land. Left hand blue.
Well, it's also on the wall too. One whole room dedicated to a twister. TWA Hotel. What happens if you need to make a call?
Hi, Mom. How's it going? Great. Just want to let you know I'm in New York. Yeah.
All right, Marcy, where did you take us?
We're on the pool deck of the TWA Hotel.
It's one of those infinity pools, right?
Sure is.
What are you seeing out here?
It's some view. You get the view of the busy travelers at the airport and airplanes back here. Just lots of activity to watch while you're in the pool.
Imagine just being in a heated pool. It's October. It's October right now in New York City. And imagine being in a heated pool, just watching airplanes take off, and these absolute beasts come in and just park themselves. This is an experience like no other. So either side of the hotel has these really cool replicas that you can visit while you're at the hotel. And this is just additional stuff that they added for fun.
Welcome to the world of Trans World Airlines. It's San Francisco and LA, London, Athens, every day.
Nobody else flies the USA, and as far as Hong Kong and Bombay, nobody does it like TWA. Welcome to the world of Trans World Airlines.
Can you imagine starting or ending your trip at a facility like this? I mean, it just looks amazing. And I mentioned a lot about the architect, Eero Saarinen. Most of you may know of him. He actually created the St. Louis Gateway Arch, which is what he's notorious for. I love this though. There's like a whole history of him. Here he is with that model we were just looking at. Actually, this is probably a larger version of it, unless he was a short man, which is possible. But check him out, just getting in there and designing some of the stuff. But you're gonna love this, because next up, I'm gonna show you around Eero Saarinen's workspace, where he actually would have designed this, or at least it's a good replica of the space he would have worked in to design the TWA Flight Center to design this beautiful, beautiful building for Howard Hughes and TWA. I mean, the space here is just tremendous, and I love sitting here talking to you guys and just stepping back in time and thinking what it would have been like to experience this in the 1960s. It's so cool. There are a variety of really cool spaces you're going to want to check out when you're visiting the TWA Hotel. I've been to the Twister Room. I've visited the Howard Hughes's office. There is a really cool spot right next to me right now, which is Eero Saarinen's workspace that they've recreated. And right now I'm in the living room of the 1960s, which is really cool because you're just surrounded by everything about like just so much of what it meant to be a kid or a family during the 1960s. I shouldn't say kid because right next to me is a full bar sitting here for mom and dad, and then next to that a whole bunch of toys for the kiddos. I'm seeing Viewmaster, I'm seeing Talking Viewmaster over here, Chinese checkers, just a lot of cool things. Barbie, Ken, I'm seeing an old-fashioned television set, record player. If I can make my house look like this, I definitely would. Just a beautiful, beautiful array of decorations that make you think about the 1960s. They really did an amazing job of making sure that everything felt completely authentic. I mean, I've really enjoyed just hanging out in this very, very quiet space. And there's, like I said before, there's so many quiet spaces you can find. And if I can find a quiet space where I'm just hanging out in the 1960s, where I'm stepping back in time, messing around with my Etch-a-Sketch, yeah, that's right. My mom says I'm an artist, as you can tell. But this is just a really, really cool space. Look at this old lamp hanging out by me. Look at this chair that I'm sitting on. Look at the colors. It's just a wonderful, wonderful goulash of love for the 1960s. Thought I would share just a different angle in the living room of the 1960s. Yeah, you can have this beautiful aesthetic behind you, but another beautiful aesthetic would be checking out Connie back there. Just hanging out. You can see, here I am, 1960s, and then right out the window, a 1958 TWA airplane, just hanging out there. Just hanging out, just loving life. Great retirement for an airplane like this, right at the TWA Hotel. So we're just walking around the outside of Connie here, checking out this beautiful propeller airplane. And they let you just walk right up to it. It's so freaking cool. Look at this guy. Let's see if we can back up a little bit so you can just see all this stuff. You know, right up underneath. Oh my gosh, how cool is all this? There's Brian. I don't know why. You can see people inside. We're gonna head inside in just a minute. You can see there's people having fun on the inside. It's a great location if you just want to grab a drink. This is a permanent stationary airplane here at the TWA Hotel. This isn't going anywhere. So this is the inside of the Connie. Got these really cool plans here for the airplane equipment, and you can see on the inside. My buddy Brian just said it a minute ago, and I think I'll reiterate. TWA Hotel, really just one of the coolest hotels I've ever experienced in my whole life. This place is just, it's an outstanding location to visit. I definitely recommend you check it out.
Welcome to the world. Welcome to the world of Trans World Airlines.
From theme song to plain talk, bon voyage, and welcome to the world of Trans World